Oh, it's a special Thursday afternoon because Heath begged to be on the show today, and your wish is granted. Welcome, Heath, to your first live stream of the year, of the season, huh? Welcome.
Do you know how badly I wanted to be on this show?
Tell how badly, Heath.
I canceled my run this morning so that I could write one of the articles that I normally write during this hour, so that I could just be here, full attention, excited.
Yeah, I would have written it for you if you had just asked nicely. And I canceled the nap I usually take at this time during the day. So
you do this podcast every Thursday this thing every Thursday at this time.
It's true. I do.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Chris is here too. Hey, Chris.
Oh, hi guys.
Are you happy that Heath's here? Are you as happy as I am?
Sure. I mean, I'm just glad that we waited 45 seconds into the stream to even acknowledge my presence. Again, he's so important that, ho hum, Chris is here like always. Dependable old Chris.
Dependable.
Taken for granted.
A little bit. All right, we welcome you to the show. We're going to answer your questions for the next hour here. We're going to get your lineup set, help you get your lineup set as we have Commanders and Bears tonight.
Big game.
Yeah.
You should definitely make sure that a lot of your fantasy lineups are dependent on this game.
I can't remember the saying. Is it fear the claw?
For FIU?
Yes.
See the paw, feel the claw.
See the paw, feel the claw. Okay.
Yes.
It's my second favorite.
You should go down there for a game. It's a good time.
It's my second favorite football team in Florida.
You and 800 of your closest friends watching some football.
There you go.
It's kind of like going to a UM game.
Exactly, but not quite. All right, let's
FIU might
answer
win.
some questions here. Someone dropped Aaron Rodgers. Should I pick him up and drop Russell Wilson?
It's not.
I don't think it's a no-brainer.
No.
Yeah,
it's fine if you want to do it.
Especially like this week, it is weird. Like Rodgers is dealing with that thumb injury. I saw he had it wrapped at practice today. I'm not necessarily like downgrading him for it, but there's a little bit of concern there, right?
I feel confident there's some alternative medicine that he has that will make it okay before Sunday.
Yeah, and plus, Wilson's got the lat, so I can't really give advantage to Russ there. But oh no, Chris, you left.
Yeah,
Chris,
he's gone.
Sorry, I have a popcorn kernel stuck in my tooth, and I really need to get it out, but I don't want to be on camera while I'm doing it. But I need to get it out right now.
I was eating popcorn too. It got stuck in my throat.
You guys have, speaking of popcorn, you guys have water picks?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The greatest, and I never had one until last year.
I don't use it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Too much.
I use it like 3 times a day.
I actually do floss regularly, which makes me the one person who does that.
I never floss. Yeah, it's a bad thing.
And
yeah, every meal I eat immediately to the water pick.
All right, let's pick 2.
I got it out, guys. I'm good.
All right, sweet. Hunt, ETN, Brian Robinson, Alec Pierce. Give me 2.
Oof. I think Hunt and ETN.
Yep.
Sit 1, Dylan, J-Rob, and Melvin Gordon.
Robinson versus Dylan is a really close call for me. And I think I just moved. I'm trying to remember. I think I just moved Dylan ahead of Robinson.
Robinson is who I would sit.
Yep.
You definitely want to start Godon, though.
Yes.
It's spelled. Gabe Davis or Curtis Samuel? Ooh, a tonight question.
I have Curtis Samuel ranked higher. It's
of course you do, because
it's
you do
an upside. It's an upside downside thing.
Yeah.
I think Gabe Davis is probably going to end up with like 1,000 yards this season, and it's probably going to be really frustrating for you.
I'd probably. I'm sure my rankings say Curtis Samuel. I know any projection system I think probably would, but I'll say Gabe Davis.
There you go. That wasn't so hard.
It was.
All right, let's. We got a like from Ariella. Thank you very much. Hit that like button, everybody.
Actually,
Ariella.
I do have Gabe Davis ranked ahead.
Hey,
Good job, Chris.
the sweep, Gabe Davis.
But to Heath's point, the projections process has Curtis Samuel 15th and Gabe Davis 36th. So there's a lot of massaging going on there.
It's a deep tissue massage.
But I have Davis 1 spot higher.
I like this here. This is Lizard, Penguin, F1, pick 2. Oh, I'm sitting
All right, so
Waddle.
Lazard, Waddle, and McLaurin.
I'm going to sit Waddle.
Yeah, not even a hesitation for me. Sit Waddle.
I would sit McLaurin.
Pick one: Brian Robinson, Tyler Algier, or J.D. McKissic. Look at all these tonight questions.
I would start. Honestly, pick up Hines, and if Taylor doesn't play, start him. If Taylor plays, Algier.
I would start Algier, yeah.
Okay.
But you would start Hines over Algier if Taylor's out, right? Taylor.
Yeah, but who do I have to
today.
drop to pick up Hines? McKissic?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's rushed. Well, nobody can pick him up.
Hines is still in the concussion protocol himself, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but he practiced.
to play.
No, he's not guaranteed to play. But you still have Algier as the fallback there.
I would drop McKissic for Hines. I would just straight up rather have Hines than McKissic.
Yeah.
Question. All right. Waiver wire leftovers, wide receiver leftovers for the bench rest of season. Oh, these are leftovers. Pickens, Pierce, Dobbs, McKenzie, or Gallup.
Pickens.
I think I would go Dobbs over Pickens. I have him one spot higher.
This is rest of season.
This is rest of season.
Oh, rest of season. Yeah, I'm fine with Pickens. Gallup's close too.
Rashad Bateman not practicing today, so Devin Duvernay is still. I think he's about 55% rostered, if I recall.
It's so weird to hear that name without first hearing Duvernay.
Yeah, I know. I'm 67% rostered. So I confused him. Good call. Yeah, it is definitely Duvernay. I was like, am I pronouncing this wrong? No, it's definitely Duvernay. 2 QB league. Would you trade Geno Smith for Russell Wilson?
What's my record?
Griffin, what's your record? I'm going to say you're either 2-3 or 3-2. Let's just roll with that.
I'm probably not. Then I need to get a win this week.
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard because like Geno's whole career suggests that this isn't real, but we also haven't really seen him play in 8 years. We don't know how good he actually is, and he's playing remarkably well right now. This is not. It's always tough when it's like, is he playing above his talent level? Probably, but his talent level looks really high right now. Like the throws that Geno Smith is making, this is not like dinking and dunking and good receivers making plays. He's making incredible throws. He was really good against a very tough Saints defense. So
they have the third lowest amount of yards after catch in the NFL per catch.
That's what their team is. Like that's how things were with Russell Wilson
downfield.
Yeah. Like that both touchdowns to Tyler Lockett last week.
Amazing.
Incredible throws. He's playing so well. It's just
the highest graded passer in the NFL from PFF.
Yeah, he's like attempting the 5th or 6th most passes, 15 plus yards down the field, has the highest completion percentage on them. You really can't overstate how well Geno Smith is playing right now.
Right. And yet, I expect him to be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't expect to be the best quarterback in football. Sure. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Russell Wilson. But, this is an interesting game. I didn't realize it until this afternoon. I was doing the research. It's an interesting matchup because, like I said, they throw the ball downfield. They have almost no yards after catch comparatively. Third lowest in football. Yards after catch per catch, not just total yak, because they don't have that many catches. The Cardinals have given up the fewest pass plays of 20-plus yards that have traveled 20-plus yards in the air. So fewest pass plays of 20-plus air yards, completed pass plays. So they don't get beat deep. They give up a ton of yak. So it'll be pretty interesting to see these two styles go head-to-head. And also, all week long I have been saying Cardinals, bad defense, great matchup. Let's give them a little credit. I mean, they got crushed by the Chiefs in week 1. Since then, 23 points to the Raiders, 20 points to the Rams, 16 points to the Cardinals, 20 points to the Eagles. Their defense has been much, much better since week 1.
Yeah, it's tough. Like the Eagles, it seemed like they specifically game planned to hit the Cardinals quickly. It was a lot of screens. It was a ton of short stuff. I think Jalen Hurts' average depth of target in that one was like 4 yards down the field or something. So
it's the MO against the Cardinals.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's
you know,
interesting.
it's interesting. Yeah, it is. I don't really know what to make of it because it's only been 5 games, but it gave me. It was a little bit of a red flag, but I think you still start Geno. All right. Who's the best DST to start between the Colts against the Jaguars, Washington tonight against the Bears, and the Packers against the Jets?
I think I'd probably just go with Washington.
I have the Colts ranked the highest.
Yeah, I think that's where I go. Guys, Washington's. There's 2 DSTs that have been so bad that have great matchups this weekend. This week, Washington and the Chargers against the Broncos. And I never know what to do with that. All right, pick.
Yeah,
2.
I think the biggest thing is just the Bears don't run many plays, so like they've got to hit multiple big plays. It could just the way this team operates, they're so slow, they're so methodical that it's really hard for them to put up points.
Chris Godwin, Jalen Waddle, Higgins, Dobbs, and Pickens. Give me 2.
It's Higgins and Godwin if Higgins plays, but he didn't practice today, so I don't think you can risk it. I would go Godwin and Waddle.
Exactly what Chris said.
And by the way, James Conner not practicing today. James Conner not practicing. Jonathan Taylor is practicing today. That is a good sign. Full PPR pick 3, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, Brian Robinson. Not going to be Brian Robinson, so pick 3 of those first 4.
It comes down to Jones versus Hall, and I do have Jones ranked higher.
Yeah, I think I'd sit Hall too.
Isaiah McKenzie, Taysom Hill, or Michael Thomas if he plays, half PPR.
Thomas, then McKenzie.
Yep.
McKenzie over Hill?
Yeah.
All right.
I really think that there's like a 60% chance Taysom Hill does not score 2 fantasy points this week.
Cortland Sutton or DJ Moore or George Pickens?
Sutton.
Somebody's got a squeaky chair. Who's got a squeaky chair?
I'm trying
Not
to
me,
I'm
Adam.
trying to
Stop
mute it.
blaming me every
I
time
need to-
somebody makes a
I didn't
noise on the
blame you.
podcast.
I need to get a new chair. I know.
Yeah, Heath. Did I blame you, Heath? That felt
Every
really
time
personal.
anybody's ever made a noise on the YouTube show or the podcast, we got an email complaining about my making noises.
Am I writing the email?
I don't. Sometimes I wonder.
All right, pick 2 in PPR. Michael Gallup, Jerry Jeudy, or Terry McLaurin?
Not Gallup.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, more like Gal down this week.
I am very excited for Gallup when Prescott's healthy
Yeah,
and Gallup starts playing, more snaps.
All right, pick 3. Guys, London, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, or George Pickens?
Samuel, Moore, and London is just ahead of Pickens for me.
I would sit Pickens, yeah.
The last remaining DJ Moore believers.
What do you mean, last remaining DJ Moore? We're not talking about top 30 wide receivers here.
Nah, I think you got to do that.
He is top 30 for me this week, but that's not enthusiastically.
Jamie likes him more than I do. He had him as a start today.
They're not good against wide
Boom.
receivers. The Rams give up, I think, the 5th most wide points to wide receivers. 6 wide receivers have already scored 17 or more PPR fantasy points. Most of them are very good. Marquise Brown, Stephon Diggs, Deebo Samuel, Drake London, Gabe Davis, Greg Dortch. All right, let's pick 2 here. Kareem Hunt. Did we do this? Yeah, we did. We did Hunt and ETN, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome, everybody, for just joining us. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button. 384 people watching and 97 likes. That's not enough. Now I made it 98. Let's get to 200 likes. I would really appreciate
you made it 98?
Yeah.
You clicked the like button?
I did.
Oh.
Why?
You have the YouTube stream open in one window and this stream open in the other window?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That seems unlikely.
I swear to you, I do it every time. How else am I going to check the likes?
Okay.
How else am I going to check the likes?
I don't understand.
Okay. I don't either. Chris, I don't know what he's doing right now.
It's a bit of some sort.
This is an interesting trade in PPR. Would you trade Josh Jacobs and Christian Kirk for Saquon Barkley?
Yep.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Dobbins or Eno Benjamin? Let's do that one first. What?
Eno with no Connor.
Yeah. I think honestly it might just be Eno in general. It's close enough that you know, if you have to make the decision, I assume the Cardinals play at 4:30. Yeah, they play at 4. So I think even if we don't know if Connor's out when you have to put Dobbins in, I would just go with
Jalen Waddle or Amari Cooper?
I think I have Cooper ranked higher.
Stafford or Garoppolo?
Stafford.
Yeah.
Panthers have the 8th highest pressure rate in the NFL, and Rams are without 2 starting offensive linemen this week.
And their offense stinks, and Matthew Stafford's been playing poorly, and they are throwing way too many balls to Tyler Higbee.
No, that's the one. That's where I will disagree with you.
This is ridiculous. Heath is like this yards per target is the only thing that matters. And Deontay Johnson's a horrible player because his yards per target has been low with Ben Roethlisberger and Mitchell Trubisky. But Tyler Higbee's averaging 5 yards per target. And it's like, this is great for the Rams offense. I love to see it. Intellectual consistency is important, Heath.
They do not have, like, what? You want them to throw 100% of their
No,
passes to Cooper Kupp?
I agree.
They don't have anybody else to throw the ball to,
they don't have
Chris.
any better options, but that doesn't mean it's good for their offense.
He's their second best option.
Maybe they should try to get the running backs a little bit more involved or something. But yeah,
they look super fast. They are really doing good things with the ball in their hands.
It can help, with the pass rush. It
really is like the truth of it is for outside of Cooper Kupp, they have a bunch of mediocre or worse football players on their offense. Their offensive line is almost all bad offensive linemen. All their other receivers are bad wide receivers. Their running backs are bad running backs.
I don't think Van Jefferson's a particularly good player, but he's like kind of the only reason I'm holding out hope for this offense at this point.
Ben Skowronek is their clear second best wide receiver.
Yeah.
And he's playing fullback.
Raheem Mostert says he will play this week, by the way. By the way, Chris, I think you're the only one on the staff that could challenge Heath like that. So I do appreciate that.
What?
Challenge you like that, like call you out like that.
Jamie tries to do it every once in a while.
He wouldn't do it in such a bad that was if anybody else said that, it wouldn't really.
Jamie would just start laughing at me. Like what Jamie does is just laugh at whoever he's talking to, and then just not say anything else.
Everyone knows not to take me serious. Is really what it comes down to.
That's good. It's a good, it's a good trait. It's not, you're lighthearted.
Yeah, right.
All right, funny like a clown.
Yeah, yeah. Great movie until the last 30 minutes, and it stinks. Full PPR, start 2. Clyde, I'm right. Clyde.
I honestly don't have a strong opinion on that. It just seems like a bad take.
Nobody's going to admit it, but as soon as Joe Pesci dies, that movie goes way downhill.
What movie?
Goodfellas. The whole, just the ending basically of Ray Liotta's story. That whole part just sucks. It's just too long. All right, I need to start 2. Clyde, Robinson, McKenzie, Duvernay.
Clyde and Duvernay.
I think so.
Assuming Bateman's out. If Bateman's in, I'll probably go Clyde and Robinson.
Okay.
I was surprised at how good Duvernay was last week. I didn't think he was gonna, be featured that way, and obviously benefiting from the lack of running back options there helps.
Well, that pass to Tylan Wallace on 4th down changes so much. I know they won the game regardless, but a huge stat line for Lamar Jackson. It makes the Bengals look worse against wide receivers. And that was 40-something yard touchdown. He was wide open and he missed them. Okay. Dustin says, I'm hurting a tight end wide receiver. Would you trade Mahomes for Geno Smith, Taysom Hill, and Jalen Waddle? It is a 2 QB league. That's not too bad.
I don't think Taysom Hill really helps you at tight end is the problem.
Even if you took him out, though, is it such a bad trade, Mahomes for Geno and Waddle?
In a 2 QB league?
Yeah.
No chance.
I don't think I would.
I thought in one quarterback league, yes, but you have a chance to have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen as your 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, you just think about the math there. Like that's probably not exactly 60 points every week, but like 57 points every week. And on average, that's a really big edge right now.
Right, but all right. Yeah.
Like that might be a 15-point gap.
You could take a 0 at tight end
every week
with those 2. Be better off.
No. Okay, non-PPR question from Chris. Start 2 wide receivers and then that other stuff there. Okay, let's get the wide receivers first. Thielen, Duvernay, Gallup, Hardman, Claypool.
And Garrett Wilson, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I would go Thielen and Duvernay.
Same.
Okay, a wide receiver or a tight end. Gallup, Garrett Wilson, Kittle, Hardman, Claypool.
Kittle.
And then a
Kittle breakout game. Let's go, baby.
Then you're going to start
Fournette.
you can only start Fournette or Stevenson?
Oh, wow.
Oh, dear God.
Stevenson.
Yeah, I think that.
I thought he was your number one running back this week.
So again, that was a projections versus.
Coward.
Yeah, I do have Fournette ranked 1 spot ahead of Stevenson.
He's got a really good chance to be number 1, Stevenson.
Yeah.
He's going to be terrific this week. All right, PPR tight end.
But Fournette's got a pretty good chance too. It's shaped very differently, but
yeah,
he's got 18 targets the last 2 games.
Oh, that sounds about right. I think he has
Might
over
be even higher than that.
PPR points. You know what? Shout out to the running backs the last 2 to 3 weeks. You got Eckler is awesome. He's now the number 1 PPR running back. Fournette's back, hopefully.
McCaffrey's been great the last 2 weeks.
McCaffrey 3 weeks in a row has been great. Henry's been great 3 weeks in a row. It feels
Kamara had a good game.
Kamara had a great game, yeah. So
Dalvin.
Joe Mixon was over 3 yards per carry. That was terrific. Right, Dalvin Cook had his 2 touchdowns. It's running backs are starting to the studs.
Nick Chubb
to play well. Nick Chubb, yeah, he's been great since week 1. All right, Corey needs a streaming tight end. Who's it going to be? Ingram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ingram.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be Evan?
Well, that's the thing. Is I don't want to express any confidence or enthusiasm about that.
Okay.
The tight end position, you mean?
Yes.
Would you do 2 outfielders, 2 of 3 trades with 3 separate managers? Wow. Okay, Sanders for Swift, Jeff Wilson and Gallup for Thielen.
I would rather have Swift.
And Gallup or Thielen.
Jeff Thielen, Gallup, or Thielen for Allen. Okay.
Okay, yes, we'd rather have Swift and Sanders, so we would do that.
Yes.
Would you trade Wilson and one of those wide receivers for Keenan Allen? Or Michael Thomas?
I don't think I would.
No.
I'm worried about the Keenan Allen situation.
And I'm worried about the Michael Thomas situation.
Yeah.
Okay. From Jamie.
Weird that we haven't gotten any details about Michael Thomas's injury, right? What kind of foot injury is it?
It's a toe, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
They said he's not going to need surgery.
Oh, that's good.
Unless 8 weeks from now he needs surgery.
This is from Jamie. I feel like your name is Carter, and you misspelled it, but I'll go with you.
Maybe it's Jaime.
Like it could be Jaime Cater. Rate the trade. Give up Kittle and Najee Harris to get Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. As down as we are on Najee, I'm not sure Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to be better than him rest of season.
Okay. Mixon for Cook, 1 for 1 PPR.
Chris, if we did a redraft today, where would you take Najee Harris?
Probably 4th or 5th round, I would think.
Adam said 7th the other day, and it was shocking, but I'm not sure he's that far off.
Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't feel like he's going to make it through the season. I don't think he's healthy.
I didn't even think about the injury until I think you said it, right, Heath? Or would you say it? Yeah, I didn't.
Said it, yeah.
I forgot about the preseason foot injury. I'm trying to think of a first-round running back that's going to be this big of a performance bust, and the one that comes to mind is Clyde as a rookie, for sure. But he was a rookie, and we were just guessing. Who is this big of a bust at running back?
Saquon last year.
No, just performance.
Saquon last year.
No, he was injured. I think
he played,
but when he played, he was this bad.
He was losing.
That's
he was getting
true.
fewer snaps down the stretch.
Not bad.
Breida.
He was not bad before his injury in week 5 or 6.
He played 13 games. What are we doing here?
No, because he came back and he was obviously quite hurt.
Najee Harris is probably hurt right now.
Possibly. I mean, Barkley after his injury, Barkley was terrible. Before his injury, he was, whatever. It's not a bad call. It's not bad. Anyway, who'd you rather have, Mixon or Cook?
Mixon.
I think so.
Dillon, James Robinson, Duvernay, Dobbs. I need 2.
Duvernay and Dillon.
I think I have Robinson ahead of Dillon. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I think if we could rewind like 12 minutes on this stream, you say the words, I think I just moved Dillon ahead of Robinson.
I think I said that, and I'm checking now, and I didn't do that. So
I didn't remember that for what it's worth. Would you drop Brian Robinson for Eno Benjamin?
I would, but I'm cheering for Brian Robinson to be awesome if he scores a touchdown tonight. But this team played the Lions, and their running backs ran 17 times for 37 yards. Like, I don't think a bad Bears defense is going to help them run the football well.
Somebody wants to know, one of our colleagues, if he should trade A.J. Dillon. And he has Najee Harris. Should he trade A.J. Dillon for Dak Prescott and Jalen Warren? He needs a quarterback.
Yeah. As long as you don't need a quarterback this week.
I probably wouldn't.
Okay, I'm just going to tell him yes. Oh, wait, I did this one already. This is a good one. Good conversation starter. Start 1, Josh Palmer, Mecole Hardman, and Darius Slayton.
Slayton.
I think it's Slayton as well for me.
It's always nice when the question includes no players in your top 48 at a position, because then nobody can go check and see if that's how you actually have it ranked.
Grade the trade.
I do have Slayton inside of my top 40.
This is an interesting one in non-PPR. James Robinson for Pittman.
Love it for Pittman.
In non-PPR?
Yeah, I think there's a significant chance that James Robinson's on the waiver wire in like 2 weeks.
Oof.
I could be wrong, but that's how I feel.
All right, would you trade Hopkins and Judy for DeAndre Swift?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you hesitant to trade for Swift? Or
a little hesitant to trade for Swift, a little hesitant. Like, this was something that Dan Campbell talked about in the preseason, was limiting DeAndre Swift's reps to keep him healthy, and he got through 2 games. You know, like, I think it's a real concern whether he's going to be able to stand up to the workload or whether he's going to get the workload. And I also think, like, there's a non-zero chance DeAndre Hopkins is just a top 12 wide receiver.
Yeah, all right. All right, that's a good point. By the way, we have 500 people. Hit that like button, 500 people. We have 170 likes right now. I am not reading another question until we get to 200 likes, so please hit that like button. Instead, I will tell you about our upcoming programming. Make sure you listen to Fantasy Football Today in 5, hosted by Chris Towers. 7 episodes a week, 5 minutes long, and really, really helpful. And if you're pressed for time, check it out, the Fantasy Football Today in 5 podcast. We have a Fantasy Football Today DFS podcast with Sia Najad and Mike McClure. And you can see all this stuff, by the way, here in the YouTube channel, but you can, of course, just download or subscribe to the podcast. What else do we have? We have HQ, Fantasy Football Today on HQ, Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, and Sundays at 10 Eastern. And we have these live streams, Tuesday night at 8 p.m., the one you're watching right now, Thursdays at 2, and Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m., technically Sunday afternoon, but everybody calls it morning, at 11:30 a.m. And we are at 190. Yeah, we're at 200 likes. Booyah. Let's get going here. Read some more questions.
Technically not at all in the afternoon.
Half PPR, pick 3. ETN, London, Dillon, Robinson.
Everybody but Robinson.
Yep.
Man, now I'm going to tell all these people to bench Brian Robinson, and then I'm going to cheer for him to have something good happen. And I'm sorry, guys.
That's okay. The other 3 guys can be even better. Should I trade Hollywood Brown and Dalvin Cook for Damian Pierce? Oh, I'm sorry.
For Dalvin Cook or Damian Pierce.
Yeah. You should do it for Cook, right?
You should do it for Cook. Yeah. I don't know about Pierce. Like, if it came down to it and they said no for Cook, I don't know about Hollywood Brown versus Damian Pierce.
More likely,
I do think
DeAndre Hopkins is a top 12 wide receiver rest of the season, or Marquise Brown is the number 1 wide receiver for the Cardinals rest of the season.
I don't know. I'm going to mute myself because there's an ambulance coming by.
That's a great question. I would say more likely that
I think Hopkins is more likely, although it was weird last season because Hopkins was really efficient. But his target share was down to like 19% when he was active. So
Yep.
I think Hopkins is more likely.
And you got the best friend angle that you have to consider.
You do
That's
have
true.
That. Yeah, I'm going to say Marquise Brown. I don't think either Cardinals receiver will be top 12. Packers against the Jets or the Eagles against the Cowboys? I take the Eagles.
I would take the Eagles, yes.
Keith, what about you? Who do you have ranked higher?
Yeah, I think
there's going to be a Cooper
Packers?
Rush meltdown game at some point.
Yeah,
right? Like he can't keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like both of them. I don't ever know when somebody asks me a defense question. Like I have no idea.
Well, I don't actually rank defenses, so I just
You're
get
just saying random
because
things
they don't tell me. Nobody has told me to rank defenses or kickers, so I'm not going to.
I study them. I mean, I don't study them on film or anything. I study the fantasy points allowed and the sacks and the fantasy points scored by defenses and things like that. The Eagles are good basically every week, and this will be a game I think where this will be the first time I think the Cowboys are going to be really trailing with Cooper Rush. I can't remember the game script of every game, but they're undefeated with him, obviously. So yeah, more chances for a turnover, I suppose, and more chances for sacks.
Is this a thing? Is Heath getting comped to Otto Hightower?
Oh yeah.
That is a thing.
I can see it.
You see it, right? Yeah.
I apparently have a very common face.
Well, he's not common. He's he's.
Well, but there's lots of different people that people say I look like.
Yeah, he does. He looks like Aaron Rodgers sometimes. Look like the guy from Fear Street. Somebody asking to start Dameon Pierce. I don't think I do that this week. He's on a bye.
No, don't start Dameon Pierce this week.
Bold prediction: Dameon Pierce is not a top 50 running back this week.
I just traded away Jonathan Taylor and DeAndre Hopkins for McCaffrey and Pittman. Ooh, yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Couldn't find a way to abbreviate Pittman, huh?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, this is
MPJ. Would that be?
I would just put Pitt Man.
That wouldn't be a.
No, but it would be a
thing. It would be longer.
It would be a thing, though.
P-Man.
P-Man.
I think you get a P-Man.
What's with these questions? It's a great question. You ask a better one. Dobbs, Alec. Oh, Pierce must have been Alec Pierce, by the way, not Dameon Pierce.
Oh,
Dobbs,
well,
Alec
now
Pierce.
you look like a jerk.
Yeah, totally.
And an idiot.
100%. Well, always the idiot part. Dobbs, Pierce, and McKenzie.
Pierce.
Dobbs.
Heath is very decisive today. He just doesn't. Yeah. Pick two of these guys: Mostert, Ken Walker, Melvin Gordon. Walker.
Assuming Mostert's playing, I'm going to go with Mostert and Walker.
I'm going to sit Mostert.
Yeah, me too. Come on, Chris. Let's sit Mostert. You can do it.
Okay.
I don't have them that far apart.
Yeah, I think they're all like in the 14 to 20 range for me. So I'm not, not pounding the table.
We got a trade here from David. Needs a wide receiver. Give up Aaron Jones and Romeo Dobbs for Amon-Ra St. Brown and Alexander Madison. He has Dalvin. Oh, boy.
It's not, considering the fact that you have Dalvin, Breece Hall, and Ken Walker, I have a team like that, and it's sometimes hard to make trades, so it's not the worst trade I've ever seen. C-.
Who would you draft first if we were redrafting? Aaron Jones or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Aaron Jones. I've not really lowered my...
Oh, I haven't lowered Aaron Jones. I really think Amon-Ra St. Brown is like a top 20 player right now.
Yeah. I like the trade. But it's half PPR too. So that hurts his value a little bit.
Yeah, that hurts St. Brown a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing some trades where I've been saying, lately, you've kind of got a sense for how your team looks now, values for your players. I think it's okay to lose a trade. I know it is okay to lose a trade to make your team better. If you are technically giving up too much, that's okay. If you've consolidated your roster a little bit, given yourself a better starting lineup, as was maybe the case in this one. If you are maybe giving up a little bit too much, but you need a wide receiver, so you overpaid for one. I think that's all right.
I think we should reframe it to where if you make your team better, you're not losing a trade.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
people are too worried about losing a trade or winning a trade, and like view making your team better as winning a trade and making your team worse as losing a trade, and then make the trades that make your team better. And we'd have a lot more trades.
But then doesn't that defeat the purpose of our grade the trade system? Isn't the whole grade the trade system built around the evenness of a trade? Maybe we need to scrap that.
We
No
are
way,
here
never.
for entertainment purposes,
Yeah.
and judging them. It's not
Oh,
about
okay.
it's after the fact. The trade's been made.
Yeah, I agree. I just got offered a trade seconds ago.
Oh, good.
My AJ Dillon and Stephon Diggs for Saquon Barkley and Adam Thielen, PPR.
You should do that trade like right now.
I don't
Yeah,
agree.
I think so.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I think you're losing some upside.
Should
Like
check.
if something happens to Jones, Dylan is going to be a top 12 running back, I think. But I think it probably makes your starting lineup better.
My lineup?
I'm going to check the For the People League and see how many trade offers we have from Jake.
I'm so concerned about Barkley's health. I don't know if I should just get over that, but all right,
Like his shoulder?
I'll marinate. No, just a hit overall. I'll marinate.
So Jake in a 2-quarterback league has offers. We always have at least one offer from Jake.
Always, and it's always for Jonathan Taylor, and I'm not trading Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, because I mean we're not in a position where we can afford to give him up. He has offered us Ramondre Stevenson, Zach Wilson, and Kyle Pitts. And in fairness, I think Zach Wilson might be our best quarterback for Zach Ertz and Jonathan Taylor.
It's not a bad trade.
That's not terrible.
No.
It's not great, but it's not terrible.
I don't want to
reject
give
it.
up.
He really doesn't like it when we leave those trades.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit reject.
I've not accepted or rejected one of his trade offers yet.
I've rejected them.
Yeah.
Dobbins or DJ Moore?
DJ Moore.
Dobbins.
Oh, okay. That's a tough one. I'm just going to let you guys answer that. Pick 2, Godwin, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson, Romeo Doubs.
If Higgins practices tomorrow and plays, I would go with him and Godwin. If not, I would go with Godwin and Deontay.
See, I agree 100%. What you didn't realize, Chris, when you brought up Deontay Johnson earlier, is that this morning I became the Deontay Johnson guy because he has 50 targets and no touchdowns. So my disdain for his inability to produce yards was overtaken by my love for touchdown regression.
Oh, he is. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was wrong.
Well, also like just natural regression.
Yeah.
He is.
He's not going to keep averaging 5. Like even if you think he's bad, he's not going to keep averaging 5.3 yards per target.
This is amazing. So he has 50 targets and no touchdowns. The next highest amount of wide receiver targets without a touchdown is 35, Juju Smith-Schuster.
And then 31 is MVS. And then at 31 is Donovan Peoples-Jones. And then at 30 is JD McKissick. At 30, I believe the closest to DJ Moore is actually.
Do we need this whole thing, Chris?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. You're
But
off.
thank you for sharing. You did
Tyler
the work,
Higbee
and I
with 48.
really.
All right, listen. Let's go rapid fire here. Let's get a lot of questions answered. Pick 2 here. Did we do this? We didn't do this. Godwin is 1.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did. Okay, great. Would you trade Jefferson for Swift, Waller, and Gabe Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit 1. Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Chris Godwin, or Tyreek Hill?
Godwin.
Tyreek Hill.
Godwin versus Hill is going to be really close. Let me check.
Who's a better quarterback this week?
Godwin. I would sit Godwin.
Okay, I guess I got outvoted. Yay or nay? I'm 4-1. I got Swift, Diggs, and Wentz. Oh, I have them. I was offered Josh Allen, AJ Brown, and Gabe Davis for Swift, Diggs, and Wentz. Oh, I think that's good.
Man. That's a tough one.
No. 2 QB, yes. 1 QB, no.
I think I'm okay with it
Okay.
because he has Ken Walker and Breece Hall. So you're losing Swift stinks, but Wentz to Allen's huge. Diggs to if Swift and Gabe Davis were not part of it, you'd do it, right? You'd give up Wentz and Diggs for Allen and AJ Brown, right?
Yes, easily.
Yeah. So then Gabe Davis versus Swift is what's making you say no.
Right.
I understand. I think I'd do it, but okay. This is from would you not start a defense in a full PPR league to not drop players? Give my opponents my bench players.
I would just wait until Saturday night to drop someone, and that way your opponent can't pick them up, right?
Who do you have? Who's your DST that you can't drop? Right? I mean, was it the Raiders?
I just drop the DST.
You must, that's too obvious. So it must
or maybe he just doesn't. Maybe he dropped his DST to pick someone up this week.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ken Walker. It'd be a pretty, especially if you're a big favorite, earn you some good trash talking points.
Sure. All right, from Steve.
I did get a win last week while accidentally starting a kicker who wasn't active, so that felt pretty good.
Good job.
Beat the only unbeaten team in my league.
Nice. All right, Mark Andrews and Drake London for Jamar Chase.
I shouldn't be celebrated for it.
Which side would you rather have here?
Chase and Stevenson.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
DJ Moore, Isaiah McKenzie, or Alec Pierce?
Moore.
Pierce.
What realistic value for Mark Andrews in a full PPR 2-quarterback league? I have Goddard.
I mean, would he be a first-round pick if we redrafted? I think it'd be pretty close.
Probably not in 2 QB.
Okay, not in 2 QB league. Okay.
A second-round pick player or a first-round. So a quarterback that ranks between 8 and 12, or a top 10 non-quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. How about grade this trade? Zeke, Patterson, and Swift for Fournette, Waller, and Gallup. Giving up 3 running backs. Wow.
I think you're getting the best running back back. I think you're getting a starting tight end. And I think you're probably eventually getting a starting wide receiver back. So, I have one friend who started his draft with 6 straight running backs. He is 0-5.
B minus.
And yeah, I think you could do this.
How about Pickens or Brian Robinson rest of season?
Pickens.
All right, trade Breece Hall for AJ Brown. Yeah, I think this makes sense.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's close.
Trade Kyle Pitts to get Miles Sanders. I have Freiermuth and Taysom Hill.
I'd rather have Pitts.
I would do that.
You would?
Yes.
Well, you guys haven't agreed on much. All right, pick 2. Thielen, Judy, McLaurin.
McLaurin and Thielen.
I think that's fine, yeah.
Heath, how much fun did you have today?
It's really the best 2 p.m. YouTube show that I've done all season.
Yeah, I thank you. All right, I have to get out of here. Chris and Heath will take it home. Please hit that like button, and thank you for being here. All right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks to you guys. Later. Peace.
Bye, Adam. Get out of here. I'll take you out. Not going to let him say another word.
Did he say peace?
I think he did say peace, yes.
Okay.
He's a child of the 90s.
Yeah.
Start 2 in PPR. Waddle, Olave, Garrett Wilson, or Gordon? Melvin Gordon, I assume?
So there's a lot of moving parts here. Yep. But preferably Gordon and Olave. If Olave doesn't play, then Waddle.
All right. Not that many moving parts. Flex PPR, Pickens or Dobbs?
Dobbs.
I do have Dobbs 1 spot higher. Montgomery tonight or Melvin Gordon in PPR?
Montgomery.
I agree with that. Dynasty PPR trade, Heath. You're the dynasty guy. Trade Higgins and Hollywood Brown for Kupp, Michael Thomas, and a 2023 second-round pick.
Man, you are giving up a lot of future. Many, many years. I would want to be a team that felt like I might be able to win it without this trade. That's really just pushing towards a championship if I was going to do it.
All right. Start Fields tonight or drop Goff or Komet, I assume, for Daniel Jones. I think you just start Justin Fields tonight, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's not really like that you don't want to drop Goff. It's just I don't think it's worth it.
I do prefer Daniel Jones to Fields, so but it sounds like more fun to watch Fields play tonight and have him in my lineup.
All right, I have CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Christian Kirk, and A.J. Brown. Should I trade A.J. Brown plus Gerald Everett plus Raheem Mostert for Breece Hall?
I would not do that.
Would you do A.J. Brown for Breece Hall straight up? I think we
I
just asked
would.
that, actually, didn't we?
Yep. I think we asked it the other way, and I think that trade's close enough that need can determine the answer.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyler Higbee for Devontae Adams and Dalton Schultz. Would you rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown or Devontae Adams the rest of the season?
That might be close enough to be determined by if Devontae Adams gets suspended for a week or not. I'd definitely rather have Tyler Higbee than Dalton Schultz rest of the season, though. I would take the ARSP side.
All right. If Higgins is out, do I flex Cortland Sutton or Michael Pittman?
Sutton. Love Sutton.
Love Sutton. Okay.
Would
you do this trade? Eckler and Pierce, I assume Damian Pierce, for Devontae Adams, Kenneth Walker, and Dalton Schultz. I think Walker and Pierce is going to be very close rest of the season.
I think Walker's going to be a top 20 running back.
That's how I feel about Damian Pierce.
I was thinking it was Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather have Eckler and Damian Pierce.
Okay.
Do you think Dalton Schultz, I want to hold on to him for at least one game with Dak, but there's a decent chance that he's just going back to what he was before last year, right?
I mean, when he's been healthy, and I mean, even when he wasn't healthy in week 4, he played like 90% of the snaps. So it's not like he's missing, he's losing snaps. I just worry about the health really, but we haven't seen him with Dak Prescott, so I don't want to judge him just yet. But the knee is the biggest concern for me. Let's see. Potential trade: give away Saquon Barkley and Rashad Bateman for DeAndre Swift and Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I'd probably do that. I'm a little worried about Deebo, but
Russell Wilson or Jimmy Garoppolo this
Russ.
week? Start 3.5 PPR. DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Chris Godwin, or AJ Brown. Who are you sitting?
I'm sitting Godwin.
That's tough. 2 practice days in a row for Pitts. Still go with Tyler Higbee?
For sure.
Higbee is the one tight end you might have added who I would start over Kyle Pitts. Yes.
Not Njoku?
I think that one's close, but I think I'd rather have Pitts if he plays, obviously. And maybe Zach Ertz. I don't know if he was available.
Right.
If Higgins, okay, we already did that one. Yeah, this is the problem. I made my wife a nice dinner. I got a thank you, and she went to sleep. Grade the trade.
Seems like a very nice trade. Yes.
That was one where I clicked it without reading it, and it could have gone.
Maybe not do that again.
Way.
Yeah.
What's that?
I think we should read them first from now on.
It's hard. Look, you sit in you got no responsibilities here. You're just answering questions. You get to say whatever you want. All right. It's tough. All right.
I'm just answering questions.
Yeah.
That was the I'm just asking questions meme, but with answering.
Flex 1 in full PPR. Devin Duvernay, George Pickens, Brandon Ayuk, AJ Dillon, Eno Benjamin, or Brian Robinson.
Eno if no Connor. If Connor, then Duvernay. If no Duvernay with no Bateman. And if Bateman plays, then Dillon.
Okay.
How was that?
I think we got that. I have CD Lab. We already did that one. See, this is a problem. Stop sending your questions in multiple times. I almost did it again. Loving this rapid fire. Good riddance, Adam. Well, that's mean.
No, we miss Adam.
Trade Aaron Jones and TJ Hawkinson for Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
I think I would too. Mike Boone or Brian Robinson.
I've got Boone ranked higher.
Pick 2, Najee Harris, Raheem Mostert, or Chris Godwin.
Sit Najee.
I think you're sitting Najee. Trade Mike Williams for J.K. Dobbins in full PPR.
I would not.
I wouldn't either. Alec Pierce or Devin Duvernay if Rashad Bateman is out.
I actually have, this is one where I've massaged because I have Duvernay as a top 18 wide receiver in the projections. I've dropped him down to 24-ish just because of the uncertainty, but I would definitely start DuVernay.
What do you feel about Alec Pierce? You seem to like him.
I think he's a high-end number 3 wide receiver. Matt Ryan seems to like him. The Colts are not as good as I thought they were going to be, so there's more pass attempts for Matt Ryan, just like Frank Reich told us they were going to be. And so if there's 35 plus pass attempts a game, I think that 2 wide receivers in Indianapolis could be good.
Matt Ryan looks really bad, though.
Yeah, he's washed.
Like Alec Pierce, it was impressive that he got as many catches as he did last week with the quality of targets that he had. Who would you rather start, Kenneth Walker or Curtis Samuel in half PPR?
Walker.
What about in full PPR?
Samuel.
Let's see.
William Nelson. I wonder if that's Willie and he was just using an alias.
Do you think he plays fantasy football?
No.
Do you think he knows what fantasy football is?
Probably not.
Start 2 in half PPR. Tony Pollard, Rondale Moore, or Devin Duvernay?
Duvernay and Pollard.
Does Tyrion Davis-Price fully participating in practice drop Jeff Wilson?
Yes, I dropped him from 6th to 8th at running back.
Did you actually do that because of Tyrion Davis-Price?
Because I added Tyrion Davis-Price and gave him a fraction of a chance at a touchdown because he did handle short yardage work when he was playing earlier, and that little bit dropped Jeff Wilson.
Okay.
You thought I was being facetious. I don't know why you would
well,
think that.
And I just didn't. I haven't factored Tyrion Davis-Price into things at all.
Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah.
Well, I just think the Tevin Coleman thing, like maybe Tyrion Davis-Price just takes Tevin Coleman's role, but I don't know.
The one thing I feel it seems like, I shouldn't say confident because it's Shanahan, is it does not seem like Deebo Samuel has a big role in the running game currently.
It's been, he had the one bad game in week 3 where he had like 5 carries, but only had a couple of yards. And then the last 2 weeks, he only has 4 carries. So yeah, it's been a little concerning. Only lined up in the backfield once in week 5, which was surprising. He actually had as many snaps in the backfield as Brandon Ayuk. So yeah, it's interesting.
I wonder if it will be a situation where if they get in a pinch and feel like they need that, then they will use it, but they'd prefer to not.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do I accept this trade? Give up Kamara, Deontay Johnson, Michael Gallup, and Melvin Gordon for Lamar Jackson, Christian Kirk, and Najee Harris?
I would not.
I don't think I would. Might help to know who your quarterback is, though. Pierce and Lamb. We did this one already, right? No, Pierce and Lamb and Pierce and Lamb for Swift and Sutton in a full PPR.
Prefer Swift and Sutton.
We already did that one. Let's scroll down. Need one. Khalil Herbert, Naheem Hines, or Joshua Kelly. I did try to add Kelly in a lot of leagues this week. The way he was used last week suggests that he could get that Justin Jackson role if Austin Eckler misses time.
I think I'd go Hines unless Hines is out, and then Kelly.
All right. See, now it's just that one a bunch of times, so please stop doing that.
Chaos.
It's chaos. Goddard or Taysom rest of season? It's Goddard, right?
Yes.
Is it a good idea to drop Eno Benjamin for Deion Jackson? Absolutely not.
It is a very bad idea.
No, Eno Benjamin has more long-term and short-term value.
It's a terrible idea.
Would you start Taysom Hill? I assume it's Taysom Hill.
Tyreek?
So if it's Taysom Hill, the answer is no. Would you start Tyreek Hill as a flex over Pittman, Thielen, or Cooper?
Yes.
Over all of them?
Uh-huh.
I would too. Grade the trade. Kelsey and Hollywood Brown for Higgins, Debo, and Dalton Schultz. We did this one already? I don't think we did.
I'm having a hard time with that one. I think I'd rather have... Gosh, I'm not sure.
Sorry, I hadn't heard a Heath groan in a while.
I think I prefer Kelsey and Hollywood.
I think so too. If Higgins was fully healthy and I didn't have any concerns moving forward, it'd be close.
Or if Schultz was fully healthy and you didn't have any concerns moving forward.
Or if, we didn't have any questions about Debo's role.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good question. How would you view Debo if you could only project 2 carries per game moving forward? Because he still does have like a 28% target share from Jimmy Garoppolo.
High end number 2 wide receiver, maybe in the Mike Williams-ish range.
Okay. Full PPR, start 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, and 2 flexes. So we'll go with running back from Saquon Barkley. I assume Saquon Barkley, Breece Hall, Ramondre Stevenson. You take Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
All right. A wide receiver, Michael Thomas, Keenan Allen. We don't know if any of these guys are going to play. Michael Thomas, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, Curtis Samuel.
Well,
I think you just got to start Curtis Samuel, right?
well, let's see who plays. But probably Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel's tonight. So you have to make that decision.
You have to start Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
And then 2 flexes. Breece Hall,
Stevenson for
Ramondre
sure.
Stevenson. Yeah.
Just start
Damien
the
Harris
running
did
backs.
practice both days.
I don't believe it.
I think it's the Patriots subterfuge is the nice way to put it. So Stevenson, and plus Stevenson's going to have a good role either way.
Yep.
So Stevenson, you're starting. What about Breece Hall, Michael Thomas, Keenan Allen, T.
I think we just do the 3 running backs and Curtis Samuel.
Just don't worry about the injuries.
Yeah.
All right. We got a couple of minutes left. We'll do a couple more questions. Yeah, that's spamming the chat doesn't make them want to choose your comment anymore. That's a good point. Would love an opinion on a trade that's causing league drama. Okay. Cortland Sutton, Miles Sanders, and Kirk Cousins for Lamar Jackson and Mac Hollins. I don't really think there's anything egregious about that.
It's a bad trade, I think, but I wouldn't kick anybody out of the league over it.
Yeah, like Mac Hollins and Kirk Cousins are.
Yeah, I think it would almost seem better if you just took Mac Hollins out of the deal. Like if you're just like I'm overpaying for Lamar because I'm tired of having a Mac quarterback. That's fine. What's Mac Hollins have to do with anything?
Trade Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Devontae Smith for DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, and Chris Olave. So Lions running backs or Vikings running backs, and then Devontae Smith or Chris Olave.
I think I'd rather have the Cook and Smith side.
Interesting.
What do you
That
think?
might come down to how badly I need to win this week.
Yeah,
Because it is nice to have the bye weeks out of the way. You know, that's
true.
one thing that you do have to keep in mind when you're making trades is, you know, they get 1 extra game the rest of the season. Do I start Brian Robinson or Travis Etienne over Najee Harris?
ETN.
I have Harris
No,
1 spot
Harris.
ahead of Etienne.
Yeah,
but
I'm with you.
I don't love it.
I would.
Um,
I'd rather start, like if I had a football team, I would start Travis Etienne over Najee Harris. I might even bring in Brian Robinson on short yardage. Najee might just sit on the bench.
DJ Moore or Najee Harris?
Najee.
James Conner or Mike Williams or David Montgomery? So Montgomery or Williams?
Montgomery.
We'll finish off the show with Heath always wondered what the blue package is on the top shelf behind you.
Oh, well, I just had my son came in and asked me about this. He said, "Do you have a He-Man action figure?" And I do have a He-Man Masters of the Universe action figure. I don't know why or where it came from.
Is that from the reboot or the original?
The craftsmanship looks like it's from the 80s.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I'm looking to see if there's a date anywhere on this.
Probably not.
There's a lot of little. Looks like it was made in Canada.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that they made toys in Canada.
Canadian kids need toys too.
Well, I just assumed they got them from somewhere else.
All right. I think that's a good way to end the show.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll be back on Sunday morning at 11:30 a.m. with our next Ask FFT Q&A stream. And thanks, Heath. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Thomas, for producing in the background. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.